Hi everyone, it's Michelle. I'm here to share how I made my loaded envelope for Carmen. I'm just going to show you the basic construction of how I created my envelope. So here's an example. It just has gussets on each side, and I haven't attached the pockets yet. So that's all that we're going to be making, and then I will show you how to do 2 pockets. I am in the midst of making some pocket letters for a couple of swaps on a Facebook group called Loaded Envelopes Galore, and it's Anna. She's the one, Lace Boutique one, who kind of started the loaded envelope craze. So this is her Facebook group, and I've signed up for several of the swaps, so I'm really excited about that. I really enjoyed making the loaded envelope that I did a swap with Carmen in the Facebook group, Crafty Me Tilda. It was just really a lot of fun. So I hope you can understand this tutorial. I've not really done anything like this before on my channel. So if you have any questions, just put them down in the comment section below and I will attempt to answer them. So I did make a list of what you'll need. You'll need 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. I didn't have any heavy, like 110 pound 12 by 12 paper, so that's why I've used the 8.5 by 11. And a pair of scissors, a paper cutter, a scoreboard, and adhesive. And I did use score tape just because it bonds so well. And we're going to cut paper to the following sizes: 8.5 by 9.5, that will be our front. 7 by 9 is the back. 7 by 6.5 will be our large pocket, and 7 by 4.5 will be our small pocket. So this 7, the pocket pages, that's just from 1 sheet of paper. Okay, and then the first piece, which is the front piece, I have the measurements out, so if you want to look at those, you can. All the like dotted lines, those are score marks. And there's a 1/2 inch between each score line. So every gusset is a 1/2 inch. I'm calling it gussets because I can't figure out what else to call it. So you're going to score it, you know, a 1/2 inch, 1 inch. And then if you look here, I've got the measurements, you know, 7, 7.5, and 8. And then you're going to turn it sideways, score it at a 1/2 inch. And then for the back piece, you're going to score at, I've got the back piece now, it's 7 by 9 inches tall. So we've got it in here width-wise, so 1/2 inch, and it's 6.5, and that's the only 2 places you'll score on it. And then for the large pocket, that is the piece that is 7 inches wide by 6.5 inches tall. You're going to score a 1/2 inch, and it's 6.5, and then turn it and score at the bottom a 1/2 inch. Same thing for the small pocket, which is 7 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. You're going to score at a 1/2 inch and 6.5 inches. Then you will turn it and score at a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to do it here with you on this paper. So I'm going to get my large piece out, which is 8.5 by 9.5. Okay, so I have it in there the right way at the 8.5. I'm going to look here, make sure I do it right. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, oops. Okay, get that in frame. And at 7 inches, 7.5, and at 8. And take a pencil, my pencil go now. Well, I can't find my pencil. Oh, there it is. And I want to, well, it's not sharpened. Well, I'll just wait. I'm sorry. I better make sure. So I'll show you here in just a few minutes. And then turn it where it's 9.5, and then do a 1/2 inch, score at the 1/2 inch mark. And then we're going to do the back piece. Let's see here, make sure I get it turned the right way. 7 inches. Whoops. this one's not cut. Let me fix this. It's not cut at 7 inches wide. Sorry about that. There we go. So 7 inches wide by 9 inches tall. We're just going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6.5 inches. And I have tried to make this video multiple times, and I have been struggling. So to those people that do tutorials on a regular basis, my hat's off to you. I just hope that I'm explaining it where you can understand. Okay, and then this is the large pocket. And it's 7 inches wide by 6.5 inches tall. And we're going to score at the 1/2 inch mark and at the 6.5. And then we're going to turn it and score at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do the small pocket. It's your piece that's 7 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. We're going to score at 1/2 inch, 6.5, and then we're going to turn it and score at 1/2 inch. Okay. So that's all the scoring, I think. And we're going to take our large piece, which is our front piece, and we're going to cut. I lost my scissors. There they are. We're going to cut the little pieces out. We don't need these because when we make our envelope, if we don't trim these off, they'll be really bulky at the bottom. Okay, so we'll do it on that side, and then we're going to do it on this side. So, cut those pieces out, and then for the envelopes, on the bottom part where we scored all the way around, we're going to trim, just trim a triangle off. And I'm leaving just a tad right there. You can see how close it is. Right there, and that'll just keep it from being bulky. And then on the small pocket, we're just going to do the same thing. Okay, this out of the way. So now we're going to put our score tape on, and let's see here. Let's go ahead and take this and just seam it. So when we go to put it together, it'll start taking shape, and I think that'll make more sense. So we're just gonna. Oh, there's my bone folder. The light was hitting me in the face and I couldn't see it. Which you don't have to use your bone folder, you can just use your hands. And then don't forget the bottom piece to fold it up and score it. I'm really bad about having to tuck this in at the last minute, so we'll try not to forget this time. And then take your back piece and just fold in on the score marks. And we won't worry about the pockets yet, okay? So we've got this ready to go. And so you can kind of see, like, that's how we're going to make our pocket. So we just got to glue it together and you'll have your envelope made. So what I'm going to do is take the side that has the two sections, and we're going to put score tape. But you can fold it like this even. Okay, so I'm just, the two section side, I'm just folding that over, and I'm going to put score tape right there. I'm going to put it just a little back from the line. Okay, and then the back piece. Okay. Take that off. And we're going to take this and just connect it. That way we'll have one piece. And you don't want to go over top your score line, but you really want to go right up to it. and then just press it down. Okay, so that makes our piece this way. Okay, well, I'm going to flip it back over just that way. I think it makes it easier. You can keep our piece the same way. So now we've got it where, you know, we've got the 3 tabs here, and then see how this just folds in, and that gives us like our gussets. And I've not forgot about this piece yet. I'm just looking to make sure I have this the right way, the way that I want it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that piece back, and I'm going to fold this piece like this. And I just want to put a little bit of score tape right here on the bottom. Just, well, it's not sticky. Right here. Make sure. Okay, and then I'm going to put another piece right there. It stuck to my finger, that's why it wasn't sticky. There we go. Stick it on there, and then just peel this off. And I've just left this one piece folded over. See, they're the same. And then just fold that up like so. Okay. And then fold that piece back down over top. And then, oops, we're going to put a piece of score tape right here along the bottom. So when we fold that over, it will adhere. And then I want to put some score tape along this edge right here. See the flap? And you could actually trim that piece off, but I like to go inside the fold because I just don't like that seam to be showing on the edge. That way, if we don't line it up just perfect, you're not going to see it. You'll see here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off on the bottom, and I'm just going to start this piece. Okay, whoops, little straggly piece there. Okay, so I'm just going to start it, and just going to fold this over, making sure, make sure it's lined up. Okay, we've done that. And then make sure this is going to line up. It's not going to go past it. So you can slip this piece off. And then just make sure it's lined up there. Got a little bit of a crease. Sorry about that, my dog started barking. Okay, so we folded that over, and I have this 1/2 inch piece left over. And I just like to fold that in, like so. I'll put some score tape on it, and I'll probably have to trim part of it off. I just don't like that raw edge. That way, if you don't get it lined up just perfect, like you can see it. Whoops, this paper's not really thick. I just was using it for examples. But I don't like it that way. If you don't get it lined up perfectly, you're going to see your edge, and if you're off by any. So I've got this extra flap. I'm just going to take my score tape off. And I'm just going to tuck it in. Oops. I'm going to fold it in towards the inside. You just got to kind of see here. Let's kind of work it in there. So I just pulled my envelope out like so. Just be careful, don't tear the bottom. And there's your pocket. Your envelope rather, not your pocket. And now we'll put our pockets on. Okay? So there's the envelope. You've got your sides, your gussets is what I'm calling it. So then we're going to take these. This is the large pocket. And we're going to take the flaps that we've created where we scored. We're just going to fold that in. fold it in, and again, and see where we trimmed the triangle. See, you don't have all that bulk there. We trimmed it off. And I'm just going to put my score tape kind of over a little bit towards the edge. My 1/2 inch, I was wanting to use it, but it seems a little bit too big. And I should have put that a little bit lower probably. Okay, so I will just take these off. Maybe. And if you're decorating, you know, you're wanting to use decorative paper on your envelope, you will want to go ahead and cover the front with your decorative paper before you put the pocket on, or at least I did. You could still add it, it would be okay. I just liked it to be all the way down inside. So this is our large pocket. I'm just going to line this up along the bottom. Make sure it's even. And then kind of check the sides. Kind of pull it over to get it where it needs to be. I'm just going to push it down. And then do the same thing over here. And it kind of gives it where you've got the, where you've scored the tabs, or the, you know, this part, that allows your pocket to kind of come out so you can really stuff some goodies down in there. Okay, and then if you're wanting to have decorative paper on this one as well, I would go ahead and put it on here before you put your second pocket. Okay, so go ahead and fold these in like we did before. Do the score tape along the bottom. And I enjoy making my own envelopes or own bags, those types of things. It's just relaxing to me. I'm sure there's an envelope out there that you could buy like this, but I don't know where to get it, and I feel like I can just whip it up faster than what I can, and I can make it match, you know, my paper that I'm using. So there's our second pocket. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to kind of line it up along the bottom. Whoops. And there we go. So you want to be really careful. Let me kind of hold it up a little bit more. Match it up with the other pocket. So, okay. I'm going to press that down. And then make sure my sides match up. And you may have to pull up, you know, on the pocket a little bit, but that's okay, because it gives you a nice pocket to put stuff in. So see here, I just want to make it, string in there, make it match. So you can, you know, kind of make sure it lines up there along the edge. And like I said, this gives you some really good pockets to put goodies in. So that's my loaded, or well, in my envelope I created for my loaded envelope. So there's the pockets, and you can get a lot in here this way. So tell me what you think. If you have any questions, just put it in the description box below. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Bye-bye.